save the game before I restart my PS4. Because that was the only way to be able to stream again. I'll be back stream.
Oh,
this is Markarth, traveler. Safest city in the Reach.
I'm not supposed to be here, like... We're not supposed to be in Markarth. We're supposed to go here to get to the other place. I believe to have lost them again. He's there, I don't see the other one. Fighting? Oh, cultists. Never mind, that's not a cultist. Oh, it was a dragon. this time I've got the help of my allies. Oh, now I'm heavy. What's something that's heavy, that's like semi-heavy? I don't think I have anything that's heavy enough to drop. Alright, what happens if you exit the map? Like, you go to the edge. And I think you can't. Actually, no, that looks like a pretty promising way to get out. Just head to Fog Reef. I'll check that out later, though. They run off again? If I find another dragon, I'm gonna be mad. Dragon! Hello. I'm going to quickly quick save before I get annihilated. Quick save. Like, I'm gonna die here.
Leave me alone.
Is he going away or is he still gonna stay there? If I have to fight you, I'm not gonna be happy. It seems like you're in the area. Wait, are they already there? Is that my two allies helping, already fighting this dragon? Or is it just random people? No, that's definitely my teammates. No, it isn't. It seems you are not aggroed at me. I'm going to take this opportunity to help kill a dragon. Do you hate me? Do you want to kill me? Because I know that scene's something you just want to kill. You're gone. What happened? I am not one of archery. I'm very bad at this, at the bow stuff. Whilst in VR. Every time I see fireballs, I'm just like, Desmond? Oh, he's actually here. So I was right. No, he's not. That's not Espen. Never mind. That is my friend. Never mind. That was Espen. It just looked like it wasn't him. I can't take that. That's... Oh, you must be... Yeah, you're Espen's. That's cool. Espen can summon those things. Lit.
You are the Dragonborn.
Yeah, I mean, we said that 1,000 times. I'm the Dragonborn. You haven't listened at one time. Wibbly wobbly. Yay, it's like the 5th dragon I've killed. Therefore, I've seen 8 dragons actually. There's one near Falkreath. I'm not sure if that was just a random occurrence or if that's actually a spot and he stays there till I kill him.
Someone there? Get him! Did you?
Okay, Axe of Whiterun, because why not? Even though it's not a very strong weapon. I've got stronger. Not any loot. You know what, I'm gonna go back to my Warhammer.
I was just getting warmed up.
Wait. Does he have a magic but just use a sword? That is dumb. Okay, there's a clue here.
This looks promising.
Yes, definitely early Akaviri stonework here.
We've got to get this bridge down. These pillars must have something to do with it.
Yes, these are Akaviri symbols. Here, let's see. You have the symbol for king and warrior, and of course the symbol for dragonborn. That's the one that appears to have a sort of arrow shape pointing downward at the bottom. Yes, that's it. The symbol on the pillar on the left.
Yeah.
Given that Skyhaven Temple was sealed against the return of the Dragonborn, I will try turning all the pillars to that symbol.
To what?
We must be getting close. We should proceed cautiously.
We should be careful. There's no telling what traps and wards the ancient blades may have set. We'd best be careful in here.
Whatever you did, it worked. Let's see what those old blades left in our
Oh no, they're all supposed to be dragons. Ah. I see. They're not following me. Of course they're not following. That looked like a trap and a half. I have to figure out how to... See? Trap. What did I say? What? No one.
Looks safe.
knew that was a trap. I fell for it anyway. There's a staff in here. Oh no, that seems pretty lame.
Wonder, remarkably well preserved, too. Here's the blood seal, another of the lost Akaviri arts, no doubt triggered by, well, blood. Your blood, Dragonborn. Look here. You see how the ancient blades revered Regan Cyrodiil?
Just gotta fix one of my earphones because one of the bits fell off of it.
This whole place appears to be a shrine. He ended the Akaviri invasion under mysterious circumstances, you recall?
It's coming to life.
Hello. You're the one with the torch. Kind of need your help. I'm gonna fall over one of these days playing VR. Yeah, pretty wibbly wobbly. I could have gotten here 7 times before. I could have went here from
Shaw's bolt. Here it is.
Ravenwood to get
Baldwin's
here
Wall.
before you could have walked in here.
I've never seen a finer example of early second era.
Oh, imagine if I hit him.
We need information, not a lecture on artistry.
Yes, yes. Let's see what we have.
You know, a guy that is so smart and knows a lot about this stuff, wouldn't you think that he would find out a way to not be hunted or like not die and to be able to roam the street like the world?
Beginning of time, when Alduin and the
Not
Dragon
dying.
Count ruled over Skyrim,
What if I do this?
the humans rebelled against that Dragon Lord. Alduin's defeat is the centerpiece of the war. Isn't it amazing? Ah, of course. Not everyone has an appreciation for the artistic wonders of the world. Let me see if I can find the right panel.
So does it show how they defeated him? Isn't that why we're here?
Ah, patience, my dear. The Akaviri were not a straightforward people. Everything is couched in allegory, mythic symbolism. Yes, yes. This here, coming from the mouths of the Nord heroes, this is the Akaviri symbol for shout. But there's no way to know what shout is meant.
You mean they used a shout to defeat Alduin? You're sure?
Oh, yes. Presumably something rather specific to dragons. Or even Alduin himself. Remember, this is where they recorded all the news. of Alduin III.
So we're looking for a shout then. Damn it. You ever heard of such a thing? A shout that can knock a dragon out of the sky? You're probably right. I was hoping to avoid having to involve them in this, but it seems we have no choice. If they had their way, you do nothing but sit up on their mountain with them and talk to the sky or whatever it is they do. The Greybeards are so afraid of power that they won't use it. Think about it. Have they tried to stop the Civil War or done anything about Alduin? No. And they're afraid of you, of your power. Trust me, there is no need to be afraid. Think of Tiber Septim. Do you think he'd have founded the Empire if he'd listened to the Greybeards? Only if you don't know how to use it. All the great heroes have had to learn to use their power. Those that shrank from their destiny. Well, you've never heard of them, have you? And there are the villains, those that misused their power. There's always a choice, and there's always a risk. But if you live in fear of what might go wrong, you'll end up doing nothing. Like the Greybeards up on their mountain.
They should really make a movie of this.
Right. Good thing they've already let you into their little cult. Not likely they'd help Esbern or me if we came calling. We'll look around Skyhaven Temple and see what else the old Blades might have left for us. It's a better hideout than I could have hoped for. Talos guard you.
Look here, in the third panel. The prophecy which brought the Akaviri to Tamriel in the place.
Okay, so I need to go back to the Greybeards.
Here are the Akaviri, the Blade.
Luckily, there's a thing called fast travel. So then I have to walk up the marker, go to Whiterun. Actually, probably not. No, not. Yeah, Whiterun. Just peace. Fast travel, fast travel, fast travel. Because that's a thing that we like to use and abuse. Who doesn't like to use and abuse quick travel? Like, it's so useful. Unless you want XP. If you want XP, then I guess you're gonna be walking. I actually had to walk through a specific door to get to it. Like, imagine the other thing. I think that might be a thing.
Wind, guide you. Where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to? Yes, for matters of such gravity, we need to know where you stand, or who you stand with. If you wish to stand alone, so be it. If you wish for our help, you will answer my question. Where did you learn of a shout used to defeat Alduin? The Blades, of course. They specialize in meddling in matters they barely understand. Their reckless arrogance knows no bounds. They have always sought to turn the Dragonborn from the path of wisdom. Have you learned nothing from us? Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes? What I want is irrelevant. This shout was used once before, was it not? And here we are again. Have you considered that Alduin was not meant to be defeated? Those who overthrew him in ancient times only postponed the day of reckoning. They did not stop it. If the world is meant to end, so be it. Let it end.
be reborn. No, not now. Not until you return to the path of wisdom. I have given my answer. Go and reconsider your course. Forgive me, I was intemperate. I allowed my emotions to cloud my judgment. Master Einarth reminded me of my duty. The decision whether or not to help you is not mine to make. No, I cannot teach it to you, because I do not know it. It is called Dragonrend, but its words of power are unknown to us. We do not regret this loss. Dragonrend holds no place within the way of the voice. But not Dragonrend. The knowledge of that shout was lost in the time before history began. Perhaps only its creators ever knew it, but I am not the one to speak of it to you. It was created by those who had lived under the unimaginable cruelty of Alduin's dragon cult. Their whole lives were consumed with hatred for dragons, and they poured all their anger and hatred into this shout. When you learn a shout, you take it into your very being. In a sense, you become the shout. In order to learn and use this shout, you will be taking this evil into yourself. Only Paarthurnax, the master of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses. He is our leader. He surpasses us all in his mastery of the way of the voice. He lives in seclusion on the very peak of the mountain. He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is a great privilege. Only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Paarthurnax.
So no more I have to teach a shout to be taught a shout. Fantastic game. I want to learn a shout so I can learn another shout. I want to learn a shout I'll never use again, just so I could use a shout. I wonder if there's if this game has a no Dragonborn thing. Does that exist? I'm not sure if I'll be streaming tomorrow. Detected by these people have eyes in the back of their heads. There's no way I can see. Hidden. Detected.
The path to Paarthurnax lies through this.
Yeah, I know
I will
what
show you
MC
how to
stands
open
for.
the way. This is your final gift from us, Dragonborn. Use it well.
Just give me a sec. Save it. Thank you.
For a time. The path to Pat. Keep moving, stay focused on your goal, and you will reach the summit.
He was saying something and then I bumped him.
Yeah.
Okay, what the frick?
Yeah.
Why was I taking damage?
Yeah.
I am dying. Oh, he's on the top. Damage time. Please stop. Stop doing the bad. There we go. I am no longer dying. Oh, that's right. You're an ice thingy. Jesus. Fine then. Okay, you're a little tough. Not anymore. Need to put healing on. Oh, you take too long to kill. I'm going to need to use a shout here, I think. Why doesn't the goat need a shout to live up here? It's dumb. I'm wearing robes and stuff. That thing's just running around. Bam, it's alive. Stupid. Watch me go back there and it's dead. That's right. The Parthenax is just like, what the hell is that sound? What is going on? Who is climbing my mountain? Who is doing it so well? Look, the goat is alive! And he's looking up here, he's dead now. He's not surviving that frost. I can't move. You're not up next.
Yolok. Greetings, Wundernik. I am Parthenax.
You didn't tell me he was a dragon.
Who are you? What brings you to my Strulmach, my mountain? I am as my father Akatosh made me, as are you, Dovahkiin. Tell me, why do you come here, Volan? Why do you intrude on my meditation?
Because I can.
Drem, patience. There are formalities which must be observed at the first meeting of two of the Dove. By long tradition, the Elder speaks first. Hear my thum. Feel it in your bones. Match it if you are Dovahkiin. The word calls you. Go to it. You'll understand fire as the Dove do.
Okay. Couldn't I just kill you and take your power instead? You are a dragon. I could, you know, slap
Show
you.
me what you can do. Greet me not as Argonian, but as Dova.
Let me chuck that shout on real quick into my favorites. That is 4 shouts in my favorites list. Jeez.
Come, Dovahkiin. Ninyol, strike me with the fire of... Ah, yes. Sosedo Vlostmul. The dragon blood runs strong.
You have an
in you.
enemy's health
It is
bar.
long
No,
since
they're
I had
all
the
the same
pleasure
health
of
bar, never
speech
mind.
with one of my own kind. So, you have made your way here to me. No easy task for a Jor, mortal. Even for one of Dova Sos, dragon blood. What would you ask of me? Ah, I had expected you, Proda. You would not come all this way for Tinvak with an old Dova. No, you seek your weapon against Alduin. Alduin Comet Tid. What else would you seek? Alduin and Dovahkiin return together. But I do not know the Thum you seek. Croesus, it cannot be known to me. Your kind, Jor, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove, the dragons. Our Hadrime, our minds, cannot even comprehend its concepts. Drem, all in good time. First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum? Yes, Alduin, Zemach, the elder brother, gifted, grasping, and troublesome, as is so often the case with firstborn. But why? Why must you stop Alduin? True, but Kostid, prophecy, tells what may be, not what should be. Kostid Salo Ak, Just because you can do a thing does not always mean you should. Do you have no better reason for acting than destiny? Are you nothing but a plaything of Des, of fate? You have much to learn of the Dove, then. There is nothing else but philosophy to a Dova. It is no accident that we do battle with our Thum, our voices. There is no distinction between debate and combat to a dragon. Tinvak Losgra. For us, it is one and the same. But you have indulged my weakness for speech long enough. Croesus, now I will answer your question. Do you know why I live here, at the peak of the Monavin, what you name Throat of the World? True, but few now remember that this was the very spot where Alduin was defeated by the ancient tongues. Vaucht Unslad. Perhaps none but me now remember how he was defeated. Yes and no. Viknus Nikaron. Alduin was not truly defeated either. If he was, you would not be here today seeking to defeat him. The Nords of those days used the Dragonrend shout to cripple Alduin, but this was not enough. Ok Mulag Unslad. It was the Kell, the Elder Scroll. They used it to cast him adrift on the currents of time.
Elder Scroll. I get it.
How to explain in your tongue? The Dove have words for such things that Jor do not. It is an artifact from outside time. It does not exist, but it has always existed. Rahwatlan. They are fragments of creation. The Kele, Elder Scrolls as you name them, they have often been used for prophecy. Yes, your prophecy comes from an Elder Scroll. But this is only a small part of their power. Zofa Suryek. Not intentionally. Some hoped he would be gone forever, forever lost. Meye. I knew better. Tidbo Amativ. Time flows ever onward. One day, he would surface. Which is why I have lived here. For thousands of mortal years, I have waited. I knew where he would emerge, but not when. Tid Krent. Time was shattered here because of what the ancient Nords did to Alduin. If you brought that Kell, that Elder Scroll back here to the Tid Ahran, the Time Wound, With the Elder Scroll that was used to break time, you may be able to cast yourself back to the other end of the break. You could learn Dragonrend from those who created it.
So if I get an Elder Scroll, I can go back in time and learn Dragonrend.
Croesus, no. I know little of what has passed below in the long years I have lived here. You are likely better informed than I. Trust your instincts, Dovahkiin. Your blood will show you the way. Return it here to the Tid Achran. Then, Kele Vomindok. Nothing is certain with such things. But I believe the scroll's bond with the Tid Achran will allow you a seeing, a vision of the moment of its creation. Then you will feel, know Dragonrend in the power of its first expression. You will see them, Wuthfadon, my friends, Haken, Gormlaith, Feldir. The first mortals that I taught the Thum, the first tongues, the leaders of the rebellion against Alduin. They were mighty in their day, even to attempt to defeat Alduin. Sahrot Hum. The Nords have had many heroes since, but none greater. Vomindok, I do not know. Perhaps in the very doing, they erased the knowing of it from time itself. The Dove are children of Akatosh. Thus, we are specially attuned to the flow of time. Perhaps also uniquely vulnerable. I warned them against such a rash action. Even I could not foresee its consequences. Nust Lihorn. They would not listen. Yes, there were a few of us that rebelled against Alduin Stur, his tyranny. We aided the humans in his overthrow. But they did not trust us, ni Ov. Their inner counsels were kept hidden from us. I was far from here on the day of Alduin's downfall, but all Dove felt the sundering of time itself. I cannot tell you in detail. I never heard it used. Kogan. It was the first Thum created solely by mortals. It was said to force a dragon to experience the concept of mortality. A truly von Mindoran. Incomprehensible idea to the immortal Dove. I have taught the way of the voice for centuries, and the Thum since long before that. But no, Dovahkiin. Others do not come here to train anymore. Saran, you are the first in over 100 years. I meditate on the Rotmulag, the words of power. I counsel in their use. It is enough for me. Knowing a word of power is to take its meaning into yourself. Contemplate the meaning of a Rotmulag. You will become closer to that word as it fills your inner self. Will I teach you, Dovahkiin? What word calls you to deeper understanding? There are 3 to master: Fus, Faim, and Yol. In your tongue, the word simply means fire. It is change given form, power at its most primal. That is the true meaning of Yol. Solyek, power. You have it, as do all Dove. But power is inert without action and choice. Think of this as the fire builds in your Sum, in your breath. Sum Ark Mora. What will you burn? What will you spare? Which calls to you, Dovahkiin? Fus, Faim, or Yol? It is called force in your tongue. But as you push the world, so does the world push back. Think of the way force may be applied effortlessly. Imagine but a whisper pushing aside all in its path. That is Fus. Let its meaning fill you. Sum Ark Mora. You will push the world harder than it pushes back. Which calls to you, Dovahkiin? Fus, Faim, or Yol? Fade in your tongue. Mortals have greater affinity for this word than the Dove. Everything mortal fades away in time, but the spirit remains. Ponder the meaning of spirit. Unslad Zi. Where mortal flesh may wither and die, the spirit endures. That is fine. Let that meaning fill you. Sum Ark Mora. You will find that your spirit will give you more strength. Dremyolok, greetings. Lok Thum.
Okay. Didn't even fall that far. Alrighty then. Guess I'm going back this way.
So, you spoke to Parthenax.
Yeah.
The dragon blood burns bright within you. Did he tell you what you wanted to know? Did he teach you the dragon rend shout? So be it. If he believes it is necessary for you to learn this, we will bow to his wisdom. We have never concerned ourselves with the scrolls. The gods themselves would rightly fear to tamper with such things. As for where to find it, such blasphemies have always been the stock and trade of the mages of Winterhold. They may be able to tell you something about the Elder Scroll you seek. When...
Okay. Time to go to Winterhold. Fast travel to stables. Go to Winterhold. Find. Actually, what's the time? Has it been an hour? I'm pretty sure it's been an hour. It's pretty much been an hour. I guess we'll do a little bit more for a little bit. Okay, Winterhold.
I can take you to any... Where do you want to go?
Winterhold, please.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
I hope that's where I need to go. Yes, indeed it is.
We're not getting too wet back there.
How come you're in
Don't care how many
the
colleges.
process? We can go to any.
How much? And you'd have me do what? Join the college and prance about casting spells all day?
That's the spell college thingy.
Be in for a drink.
Take care if you're venturing too
Go
far
with
from
God's
town.
forsaken town.
It's a bitter wind.
And what? You think that'll solve all your problems?
Probably. It's worth a try.
Wait, is the college thingy here? Doesn't seem like it. I'm pretty sure that's actually in Winterhelm. I don't know whether.
Cross the bridge at your own peril. The way is dangerous, and the gate will not open. You shall not gain entry. Oh, forgive me. Most who arrive here do so because they have heard of the college beforehand. This is the College
Hello.
of Winterhold, a safe haven for mages in Skyrim, a place of wisdom and arcane knowledge. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, so the college is here. Don't tell me I actually have to enter the college. Yeah, you've been in a few streams. Yep. Where's the key? No, I'd like to keep my profile picture for now.
Welcome to the College of Winterhold. I am Feralda, one of the senior wizards here. I trust you found your journey to Winterhold not entirely unpleasant. Now, I must advise you that if your only purpose in being here is to complain, you would be far better off speaking with the Jarl of Winterhold. If, however, you seek something more, I will be happy to assist you. It is no great secret that we have been unjustly blamed for a great many things over the years. The good people of Skyrim, on occasion, would rather pass judgment than attempt to understand what we do here. Thus, we must take certain precautions in order to secure our safety. I am here to assist those seeking the wisdom of the college. And if, in the process, my presence helps to deter those who might seek to do harm, so be it. The more important question is, why are you here? Perhaps, but what is it you expect to find within? Do you? It is true, there are some here who have spent years studying the accumulated knowledge of the scrolls. But what you seek does not come easily, and can destroy those without a strong will. It would seem that the college has what you seek. The question now is, what can you offer the college? Not just anyone is allowed inside. Those wishing to enter must show some degree of skill with magic. A small test, if you will. Dragonborn? It's been so long since we've had any contact with the Greybeards. Do you really have the voice? I would be most impressed to see that. How did you do that? So the stories are true. You are Dragonborn. Normally, you'd need to show some aptitude with one of the schools of magic. But you... I think there is much that we can learn from each other. I think you'll be a superb addition to the college. Welcome, apprentice.
I think
I'll
you
lead
should
you
give
across
me
the
the Elder Scrolls.
Once you're inside, you'll want to speak with Mirabelle Irvine, our master wizard. Please, follow me.
I don't want to learn anything. I just want you to give me the Elder Scrolls and I'll be on my way. Just give me all of them, so then I don't have to come back. I know for a fact I'm probably going to have to come back again. Yoink. Hey, I can do that too. Didn't work. I didn't see it. I was busy actually playing the game.
Wizardhood's glory days may last, but the college lives on. No matter what, college will endure. Much knowledge lies within the college's walls.
No, I've got my own plans for my own logo. I just haven't gotten around to making it.
Skyrim, even if it goes unnoticed or unappreciated. Mirabelle doesn't have master wizards this time. Still, there's always room for it.
I believe I've made myself rather clear.
Yes. Hello.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we clear? You are now in the Arcanium, of which I am in charge. It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion. Disrupt my Arcanium, and I will have you torn apart by angry Atronachs. Now, do you require assistance? And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about? Or are you just someone's errand boy? I knew it. Everyone comes in here expecting my help, but they don't even have the proper questions. An Elder Scroll is an instrument of immense knowledge and power. To read an Elder Scroll, a person must have the most rigorously trained mind, or else risk madness. Even so, the Divines usually take the reader's sight as a price. The simplest way to put it is knowledge, but there's nothing simple about an Elder Scroll. It's a reflection of all possible futures and all possible pasts. Each reader sees different reflections through different lenses, and may come away with a different reading. But at the same time, all of it is true, even the falsehoods, especially the falsehoods. It would take a month to explain to you how that very question doesn't even make sense. The scrolls exist here, with us, but also beyond and beneath, before and after. They are bits of divine-made substance, so we could know them. Sorry, talking about the scrolls, you usually end up in irritating and vague metaphors like that. Some people who study them devoutly go mad. Ah, you think that even if I did have one here, I would let you see it? It would be kept under the highest security. The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it. What about... Wait, were you the one the Greybeards were calling? I'll bring everything we have on them, but it's not much. So don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture. Mm-hmm. Here you go. Try not to spill anything on them. I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly.
There's probably a lot of lore in here that I probably should be reading. Wait, did I take that book? Did I take that other Elder Scrolls book?
Hundreds of years have gone. You need a book? You talk to me. Otherwise you're going to find yourself in a... Aye, that's the work of Septimus Cygnus. He's the world's master of the nature of Elder Scrolls. But, well, he's been gone for a long while. Too long. Somewhere up north, in the ice fields. He said he found some old Dwemer artifact. But, well, that was years ago. Haven't heard from him since.
What you learn here will last you a lifetime. Several, if you're talented.
Several if you're talented. Okay, seems legit.
I believe I've made myself rather clear. You may be used to the Empire bowing to your every whim, but I'm afraid you'll find the Thalmor received no such treatment. You are a guest of the college, here at the pleasure of the Archmage. I hope you appreciate the opportunity.
My question is, how am I supposed to get there?
I'm working on some very important research, I assure you.
I don't think you can go out there. Ah. No, you probably couldn't. But, however, no. I don't believe that there is any way over there, but down. If I go through here, there's nothing.
I have many important things on.
Welcome,
Your
welcome.
concerns
We
are
were
not
just beginning. Please, stay and listen. So, as I was saying, the first thing to understand is that magic is, by its very nature, volatile and dangerous. Unless you can control it, it can...
Are you quite sure we need to be speaking?
I know I don't want to be speaking to you. What is this place even held up by? Giant mountain. Oh, that seems like a path. This is the only way I can think of that leads me there. Hello, I'm pretty sure I am. Oh, it's probably because I don't have it equipped or anything. You know what? I'm going to use fire breath. Fire breath. I have a feeling this is not how you're supposed to get there. At all. But it's the only way I can think of, and the only way that is visible. And like kind of the obvious answer to it. Oh, you didn't die. I feel like I'm being really stupid at the moment. I feel like what I'm doing is not what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm doing it and it's working. No, you're definitely supposed to go here. 100%. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna have to fight someone. Oh no, it's a talking thing. It's a friendly... Oh.
When the top level was built, no more could be placed. It was and is the maximal apex. Elder Scrolls, indeed. The Empire, they absconded with them. Or so they think. The ones they saw, the ones they thought they saw. I know of one, forgotten. Sequestered. But I cannot go to it, not poor Septimus, for I have arisen beyond its grasp. Here. Well, here as in this plain, Mundus, Tamriel, nearby, relatively speaking. On the cosmological scale, well, it's all nearby. One block lifts the other. Septimus will give what you want, but you must bring him something in return. You see this masterwork of the Dwemer, deep inside their greatest knowings. Septimus is clever among men, but he is but an idiot child compared to the dullest of the Dwemer. Lucky then they left behind their own way of reading the Elder Scrolls. In the depths of Black Reach, one yet lies. Have you heard of Black Reach? Cast upon where Drimmer City slept, the yearning spire hidden learnings kept. Under deep, below the dark, the hidden keep, Tower Mzark. Ofthand, the point of puncture, of first entry of the tapping. Delve to its limits, and Black Reach lies just beyond. But not all can enter there. Only Septimus knows the hidden key to loose the lock to jump beneath the deathly rock. 2 things I have for you. 2 shapes. One edged, one round. The round one for tuning. Dwemer music is soft and subtle, and needed to open their cleverest gates. The edged lexicon for inscribing. To us, a hunk of metal. To the Dwemer, a full library of knowings, but empty. Find Mazark and its sky dome. The machinations there will read the scroll and lay the lore upon the cube. Trust Septimus. He knows you can know. You look to your left, you see one way. You look to your right, you see another. But neither is any harder than the opposite. But the Elder Scrolls, they look left and right in the stream of time. The future and past are as one. Sometimes they even look up. What do they see then? What if they dive in? Then the madness begins.
You're saying that sometimes they look up and they and what if they dive in, but you can't dive up? We're not in a spaceship. We're not in a rocket. Well, I'm gonna end it here, mainly because
Dwemer in the beyond. They'll know your lost unknown and rise.
okay, he doesn't die. It's an immortal one. Get up. Not even aggroed. Well, pacifist. Okay. Well, I'm gonna end it here. So, see you stream.